lie to me. Don't be shy. I just wanna talk to you.
Here, I'll play, let's see, maybe I'll play a Spanish song, okay? And we'll see how it goes. New guitar here, so.
First name.
Ben.
Second name.
Joel.
Surname.
Overby.
Nationality.
American.
A marital status.
Single.
Parents' occupations.
My father is a teacher, retired military, and my mother, she paints for fun.
Wow.
She doesn't work.
What languages do you know?
How
many?
I know English, believe it or not, and some Russian, and maybe some German. Today we have a very interesting theme. I've just returned from London, and I wanted...
Стоп. А что в Лондоне случилось с твоей рукой?
Oh, Masha, you wouldn't believe me.
I just wanna talk to you.
In what state did you live?
I've lived in Texas, I've lived in California, I've lived in Ohio, I've lived in Illinois, I was in the country Hungary before, and where else?
А Германия?
I've been to Germany. I never lived in Germany, but so I don't even remember all the places. I moved every 2 or 3 years because my father was in the military. And if you're a military kid, you move around every 2 or 3 years to a different place. I work in the Peace Corps because, one, I like to travel. All my life I've traveled to different places. And two, someday I would like to work for the U.S. State Department, which the State Department is the place you work if you work in an American embassy. And I would like to someday work in an embassy of some sort. Like, could be anywhere. I just want to travel. That's all I want to do. I want to see the world and travel, and I want a job that pays me to do it.
Бен, ты же улетел.
И обещал вернуться.
I just wanna talk to you.
Бен, а расскажи нам о Венгрии.
About Hungary. Okay. Well, I was there 10 years ago in 12 years ago. 1996. It's 2008, right? So 12 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old.
Венгрия. Государство в Центральной Европе. Общая площадь 93 тысячи квадратных километров. Население около 10 миллионов человек. С 1945 года Венгрия принадлежала к странам социалистического лагеря. В 1989 стала парламентской республикой с президентской формой правления.
I lived in Budapest, and I lived on the Pest side of the river, not the... Pest is poor, and then Buda is rich. At least it was. I don't know if it's that way anymore. So I was there for a while, and I remember traveling around the city a lot. I remember going to different spas. They have very beautiful, beautiful spas there, saunas, these kinds of places. And I remember going to, along the Danube River, there's this very beautiful, like, castle type of structure. And you can go there and you could drink cappuccino, coffee stuff, and look at the river at night. And that was one of my favorite things to do, to go to the river and to watch the sunset and to just watch the river. And there was always somebody with a violin playing. And of course, he always wanted money, but he was, you know, it was cool. It was, I did that at least 2 or 3 times a week. I remember doing that. I was young when I was there, so I didn't go to nightclubs. I didn't go to these kinds of places. Hungarians, oh, they were really cool people too. It's been 10 years since I've been to Hungary, but from what I remember, they were very nice and very family-oriented too. I think just because this part of the world, the history is different from America, so people know how to, because of history, they take care of each other better. They need to rely on each other more than Americans, I think.
Как тебе удалось найти в Альпах тихое местечко? Туда же пол Европы съезжается на лыжах покататься.
Надо знать места.
Бен, а ты помнишь что-нибудь на венгерском?
Hungarian. Yeah, I tried. So I can say, Szia, hogy vagy?
А что это значит?
Hello, how are you? And you can say, Jó vagyok. Means I'm fine. And you can say, how to say goodbye. Viszontlátásra is goodbye. And if you want to do cheers like toast, you can say egészségünkre. And then I know how to say, since I was young, I was maybe 15, I wanted to talk to girls in Hungary. So I learned how to say, nagyon szép vagy. It means, you're so beautiful. And these kinds of phrases are very fun. So for men, you should always learn how to talk to a woman. Maybe that's the most important thing when learning a new language, is learn how to tell girls they're very pretty.
А что говорить девушкам?
For the girls, learn how to say, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
To say you are smart.
To say you're very smart and handsome, yeah. These kinds of things, yeah.
Do you like children?
Do I like children? Yeah, in small doses. Maybe for an hour.
Maybe fried.
Fried children. Yeah, fried children are the best.
Do you like strong drinks?
Strong drinks? Not really. Vodka is okay. I prefer whiskey. If I'm gonna drink a strong drink, give me whiskey.
Favorite dish?
Right now, Solyanka.
Favorite musical band?
Musical band. Right now, I like this band called Deer Hunter from Atlanta, Georgia.
Deer Hunter – американская панк-группа из Атланты, состоящая из 5 человек. Была создана Брэдфордом Коксом в 2001 году. Deer Hunter позиционирует свой стиль как ambient punk, но работают и в других стилях, таких как noise rock, пост-панк, ambient, арт-рок, психоделический рок, инди-рок. Для текстов песен характерно широкое использование ненормативной лексики.
Wow, great.
I'm hot now.
Бен, а ты американец. А почему ты играл именно испанскую песню?
Well, I like American music, but I really like Spanish music too. See, I grew up maybe 6 years near Mexico, and so I met a lot of people who were into this kind of music. They like this kind of music. So, yeah, I learned a little bit of Spanish guitar, a little Mexican, a little South American.
I just wanna talk to you.
Мексика. Официальное название – Мексиканские Соединенные Штаты. Государство в Северной Америке. Общая площадь – 2 миллиона квадратных километров. Население около 100 миллионов человек. Государственное устройство – Федеративная Республика. Государственный язык – испанский. На сегодняшний день Мексика – одна из наиболее экономически развитых стран Латинской Америки.
If you go to like northern Mexico, I've never been to southern Mexico. Southern Mexico, I hear, is different. It's richer. It's the people they look different. There's bigger cities. Northern Mexico is very poor, and lots of people from northern Mexico immigrate into America to work. And what they do is they come to America, they work, and then they send money to their families back in Mexico. And if you go to northern Mexico, you see lots of like flea markets, lots of places where you can buy and trade things. Just an interesting culture. It's very colorful. They have lots of bright colors everywhere. They paint their houses like bright red, bright yellow, bright purple, you know, these kinds of colors. And they have fiestas and siestas and all kinds of parties. They have mariachi music, you know, with a guitar and a, oh, I can't play like that. Like that, you know, that kind of boom, 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 like a polka or something like that. And they're very colorful people. And they've got wonderful food, wonderful food. Mexican food is very spicy, and you can eat. Have you heard of tacos, fajitas, burritos? Oh, I don't really like to talk about it because I have not eaten this food since I've come here. No, because like when I talk about Mexican food, I start to miss America too much, so I try not to talk about it. But my friend who's in America now, she's going to come back soon, and she's bringing me a burrito. But I don't know what condition this burrito will be in after flying across the ocean from America. I'm kind of afraid, but I'm still going to eat it. I don't care. If I get sick, I get sick. It's a burrito. I just remember it being very kind of chaotic. Chaotic, you know, like people everywhere, goats walking through the streets, chickens everywhere, loud, little birds everywhere, and they live alongside the animals. They're everywhere, and it's kind of, it's like being on a giant farm. At least the place I was. I don't want to give you the impression that all of Mexico is like this. It's not. Just the area I was in. It was just a very chaotic flea market. There's things everywhere. You can buy everything from medicine to earrings to hats to whatever you want. You can find it. It's really
they may be
amazing.
cheap, yes?
It's very cheap. In fact, some people go to Mexico to buy their medications because their medications are much cheaper in Mexico than in the United States.
Недорого? Очень подозрительно. Ты же знаешь, что случается с мышами от бесплатного сыра?
Masha, you're such a pessimist. You need to trust people. A lot of people from Mexico, they're very family-oriented. They have they take care of their family well. They have big parties where all the family comes together, and it's a very cool culture. Because it's so hot down there in Mexico, I don't know what time, they usually maybe wake up around 11 or 12, and then I don't know. I mean, different people live differently, but in general, I think they wake up later, and then in the afternoon, they eat, then they go to bed for a while, and then they get up, and then they work until late at night. So, and there's a bad stereotype in America about Mexicans. Lots of Americans think that Mexicans are lazy because of maybe the siesta, but it's not true at all. The Mexicans are very hardworking people, very hardworking people. And they work in America on our farms, they build houses, and they work very long hours for very little pay, and they're very amazing people.
I just wanna talk to you.
Бен, как ты думаешь, в чем основное отличие американцев и тех, кто сегодня живет на территории бывшего Советского Союза?
I think Americans are more individualistic. They talk about their jobs. We believe, lots of us think that self-reliance, like to rely on yourself, not other people, is very important. To be independent. These are kind of the attitudes of Americans. Ukrainians, on the other hand, have a more... Sometimes I think that Ukrainians think the group is more important, like other people, being part of a group, taking care of each other. I think Ukrainians are much better at this than Americans. Like, for example, if I'm out on the street here in Ukraine and I don't have a big jacket on, I've had like a babushka come up to me and say, you know, stignater, I don't know what she said, but like, you know, you need to put your coat on. Oh, sorry. And in America, nobody would do this. It's very abnormal.
Прощаемся, пока ты еще никуда не опоздал.
Пока-пока.
До встречи.